Two vertical lampposts of equal height stand on either side of a road 50-meter wide. At a point P on the road between them, okay, the elevation of the tops of the lamppost are 60 degrees and 30 degrees. Find the distance of P from the lamppost that makes the 60 degrees angle. Okay, so what I'm telling you right now, it's demonstrated here in this case. Okay, I have two lampposts across a 50-meter wide road. Okay, there is a point P on the road, जिसका angle of elevation पहले वाले का 60 degrees है from the point, and the other lamp post, okay, has an angle of elevation 30 degrees from that point. Okay, you have to find out the distance of this lamp post with the 60-degree angle of elevation. Okay, इसका distance हमें find करना है from this point P. That's the question, guys. Okay, so what we do is we drop a perpendicular in place of the lamp post. Okay, and we basically need to find the distance CB in this case. Okay, so CB is what is required. Now guys, I'll tell you a very quick shortcut to solve this question. Okay, but you have to be really good with ratios to understand this. Okay, so what I will do is, it's given that the height of the lamppost is like it's same, right? So what I do is I assume the height of each lamppost as 1 unit. Okay, now guys, let's in triangle ABC here in this case, in ABC, okay, tan of 60 will be 1 divided by BC, right? So in triangle ABC, I can write tan 60 is equal to 1 by BC, or BC will be equal to 1 by tan 60. Tan 60 is root 3. So BC is 1 by root 3. So I have put the value of BC here as 1 by root 3 very clearly. Okay. Same way, I know that the value of ED or DE is 1. Okay. And we know that tan 30 in triangle CDE now, tan 30 will be equal to DE, which is 1 divided by DC, or the value of DC will be 1 by tan 30. Tan 30 we know is 1 by root 3. So what is 1 upon 1 by root 3? It's simply root 3, right? So यहाँ से हमें मिल गया guys DC का value, which is root 3 here in this case. Okay, now guys, what we figure out, जो हमें दिया हुआ है, okay, we have been given the length BD here in this case, right? BD is nothing but this 1 by root 3 plus root 3, isn't it? Okay, when you add them, when you cross multiply, root 3 into root 3 will become 3, plus 1 will become 4 upper, right? And niche you'll have root 3. So BD is given to us already as 4 by root 3, right? But 4 by root 3 in this question corresponds to BD, which is 50 meters, right? The 50-meter long road, bola hai na, wide road, right? So 4 by root 3 corresponds to 50 meters. What are we supposed to find? We're supposed to find BC, which is 1 by root 3. So 1 by root 3 क्या हो जाएगा guys? Okay, 4 by root 3 से 1 by root 3 हम कैसे आएंगे? Taking 1/4, right? So if you take 1 by 4th, okay, the value of BC is what is required. It's 12.5. Okay. The angles of depression from a top of a 300-meter high volcano of the top and bottom of a tree are 30 degrees and 60 degrees respectively. Find the height of the tree. Okay. That's the volcano and that's the tree. Okay. The height of the volcano is given to you as 300 meters, right? And the angle of depression for the top of the tree is 30 degrees, and the angle of depression for the bottom of the tree is given as 60 degrees, right? Okay, using this data, we're supposed to find out the height of the tree. Okay, so what we are going to do right now is we are going to replace all these with a perpendicular line. Okay, so you can observe here, I have two perpendicular lines, and especially I need to find the length of this question mark. Okay, that's the height of the tree. Okay, we'll take all this information together, taking all the nomenclature, taking all the values of A, B, C, D. Okay, taking all the letters A, B, C, D, E. And I know that I'm supposed to find the value of the question mark. Okay, now guys, it is given that the height of the volcano, which is CE in this case, that is 300 meters, right? Okay, and since you can see I'm dropping perpendiculars, so BC, BDCE becomes a rectangle, right? So if CE is equal to 300 meters, DB will also be equal to 300 meters, right? Okay. Now we focus on one triangle, and that is triangle BDC in yellow, as you can observe. Okay. In triangle BDC, guys, we'll apply tan 60. Okay. Tan 60 will be BD divided by DC, right? Opposite side divided by the adjacent. So BD is 300, right? And tan 60 is equal to root 3. So यहाँ से हमें DC की value मिलेगी 300 divided by root 3. Okay. Now once we find the value of DC, guys, we consider one more triangle, that is triangle ADC. Okay. इसमें हमें एक angle 30 degrees दिया हुआ है, right? And इसमें again we'll apply tan 30. Okay. So tan 30 will be AD divided by DC. Okay, tan 30 is 1 by root 3, and the DC we found as 300 by root 3, isn't it? So AD is nothing but DC divided by root 3. Okay, substituting DC as 300 by root 3. Okay, AD will be 300 by root 3 into 1 by root 3. Root 3 into root 3 will give you 3. So AD is equal to 100. अब तो बहुत simple है guys. Okay, हमें AB find करना है. AB required is nothing but the complete length BD, that is 300, minus the length AD, 100, right? The answer is 200. It's as simple as that. Let's go on to the next question, guys. A car is being driven in a straight line at a uniform speed towards the base of a building. It takes 20 minutes for the angle of elevation of the top of the building to change from 45 degrees to 60 degrees. After how much more time in minutes will this car reach the base of the tower? Okay, so this is your tower, that is BC. Okay, you can see here, right? So BC is the tower they're talking about. Okay, now suppose the car initially is at point A, and now the car starts moving towards the point D, and in this process the angle of elevation of the top changes from 45 to 60 degrees. Okay, whatever they have mentioned in the question is being depicted here. Okay, while angle of elevation is 45 degrees, now with 60 degrees. Okay, and it is given that it takes 20 minutes, okay, for the car to travel from A to D. Okay, now what you can do is you can simply drop one perpendicular, okay, for the tower, which you already have BC in this case. Perpendicular को indicate कर दिया मैंने यहाँ पे. Okay, and I call the height BC of the tower as H. Okay, now you can get rid of the tower for time being, okay, because what we want right now, it's already there in the question for us. Okay, now let's consider a triangle, guys, a triangle ABC. Okay, in triangle ABC, you can apply tan 45, guys. Tan 45 is nothing but H divided by AB, or you can say ABC is a 45 45 90 triangle. Okay, तो अगर ये H हो गया, okay, अगर BC is equal to H, okay, AB also will be equal to H, right? Okay, H upon 1 or equal to H. So once again, we consider a triangle, and that is triangle DBC in blue here in this case. Okay, and in triangle DBC, guys, we know tan 60 will be CB divided by BD. Okay, CB is the height of the triangle CBD in this case. Okay, or CB is the height of the tower in this case. So substituting CB is equal to H, tan 60 we know is basically root 3. So BD will be H by root 3. Okay, now guys, whatever distance has been moved, that is AD, right? हमने AB का value H find किया हुआ है, and BD just now we found is H by root 3. So AD, the distance that the car moved, is nothing but H minus H by root 3, isn't it? Okay. Now it is given that the car is moving with a constant speed, right? Okay, a car is being, in a straight line at uniform speed, right? So if speed is uniform, guys, the distance traveled is directly proportional to the time. So what I will say, AD, the distance is H minus H by root 3. Okay, AD, H minus H by root 3 is still the time taken is 20 minutes, right? So what is the time taken, or what will be the time taken when the car moves from D to B, that is H by root 3? You have to cross multiply. Now how will you cross multiply, guys? H minus H by root 3, taking H common, you have 1 minus 1 by root 3 is corresponding to 20 minutes. Okay, so H by root 3 will correspond to how many minutes? Okay, or you can take it as X, and we are solving for X. So first step is, guys, divide these two equations. Root 3 and root 3 यहाँ cancel हो जाएगा. H gets cancelled. यहाँ पे root 3 minus 1 upon root 3 हो जाएगा. So root 3 ऊपर आ गया, right? And then you cancel out basically. So in this case, now you will have root 3 minus 1 is equal to 20 divided by X, or X is equal to 20 divided by root 3 minus 1. Okay, you rationalize, multiply by the conjugate, root 3 plus 1 above and below. Okay, this is A plus B and A minus B, right? It's A square minus B square. Okay, the numerator will now consist of 20 into root 3 plus 1. The denominator is root 3 plus 1, root 3 minus 1, root 3 square minus 1 square. Root 3 square is 3, minus 1 square is 1, which is 2. Cancelling out, you get the value 10 into root 3 plus 1. Okay, so the answer finally is 10 into root 3 plus 1. This was CAT 2003. We have it right now with us, right? Okay, so I hope you understood this part, guys. What you could also have done is, since we know that, I told you here, speed is constant, distance is directly proportional to the time. Okay, what you could have done here is you could have assumed this distance itself as a time, that is 20 minutes. So इसको आप 20 minutes के जगह 20 units assume कर लो. Okay, and then you can take the height as 1, ये भी कर सकते हैं. So ये हो जाएगा 1 by root 3. Okay, you will have 1 minus 1 by root 3 is corresponding to 20. Then 1 by root 3 corresponds to what? Okay, दो step में आपको answer अपने आप आ जाएगा cross multiply. Okay, but if you do not understand this, for your understanding, you can develop this, you can write it in this form. Okay, but once you start understanding this part, there's going to write every step. Okay,